What's up? This is Jati Jones. Welcome to another video about productivity for men. Today we're going to be talking about a principle called the long-term mastermind. Now, if you have been following me for any period of time, you have heard me talk about the mastermind principle. However, today I'm going to present it in an advanced way that's going to give you a more powerful access point to the mastermind principle. So in this video, we're going to talk about why the long-term mastermind principle is the key to your success, why the duration of your mastermind matters, and finally, I'm going to give you one critical success question that you will ask yourself to determine whether you're on track to success or on track to failure. And so with that, let us talk about this new principle called the long-term mastermind. So the mastermind principle comes from one of my favorite books, Think and Grow Rich. So let us first define the mastermind principle. A mastermind is two or more people working in perfect harmony towards a common goal. So said in regular English, you are working with at least one other person, and you and that other person have perfect, complete harmony, and together as a team, you are both working towards a specific and common goal. So, what Napoleon Hill discovered in his 25 years of studying over 500 of the most successful men in America, he discovered that not a single man ever achieves success alone, and the one common pattern that all successful men have is that they reached success through using the principle of masterminding. Now, another way to understand the mastermind principle is you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. So, scientific studies have shown that when you hang around with a certain crowd, you start eating like them, thinking like them. Your body, if they're fit, you're fit. If they're out of shape, you become out of shape. If they eat junk food, you eventually start eating junk food. If they eat healthy, you eventually start eating healthy. If they're successful, you become successful. If they're failures, they drag you down, you become a failure. The reason for this is that human beings are like photocopying machines. It turns out you have something in your brain called mirror receptors. And mirror receptors are basically copying machines. It turns out that we as humans cannot help but copy those around us. And so, with that knowledge, you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with. That means you have to choose your mastermind, choose your social circle carefully to make sure that you are copying success, not failure. So, coming back to the point, Napoleon Hill dedicated 25 years of his life to studying 500 of the most successful men to find out the patterns and principles of success. Okay? So he said that no successful man has ever achieved success alone. So, if you look into biographies of successful men, if you look at stories, success stories, you will never ever find a story ever of one person who went at things absolutely alone and achieved success. It does not exist. So the connection that I want you to make in your brain is, if I've been hitting up against an invisible wall and been failing over and over, it's because I've been trying to go at it alone. Okay? So success and failure are as predictable as 1 + 1. It's math. Principles, laws of the universe are predictable once you understand them. So if I look into your life and I see that you've been going at a certain thing alone and you're failing, well then it's obvious why you're failing. You're failing because you've been going at it alone. You're failing because you have not been using the mastermind principle. So why would you use the mastermind principle? Why do we need to use other human beings? Not use is the wrong word. Collaborate with and cooperate with other human beings in order to achieve what we want? Well, it is because when we collaborate with one or more human beings, the brain power increases exponentially, okay? When you combine two brains, it's not like 1 + 1. It's kind of like 100 times 100, okay? It's exponential in terms of power, okay? Also, no one individual contains all the unique abilities, skills, energy, and time necessary to achieve anything great. Said in other words, we need help, okay? You can't do everything alone. You don't have the time, you don't have all the abilities. There are some things you're good at, some things you suck at. The things you suck at, other people in your mastermind are good at. So you need to find collaborations and cooperations where you can make up for other people's weaknesses and they can make up for your weaknesses. So, recapping, one purpose of masterminding is to increase your brain power exponentially and collaborate and cooperate to make up for what you can't do alone and, use the help of others. And another reason is you need to surround yourself with successful humans so that your mirror receptors model that success and make you successful automatic as a result of association. We are the average of the 5 people we spend the most time around. Okay, so now we're going to transition over the duration of your mastermind. How long should your mastermind be? By this point in the video, you should have a clear realization of, I can't go at it alone. It's impossible to succeed alone. And no wonder I've been failing up to this point. It's because I've been going at it alone. Napoleon Hill studied 500 of the most successful men in the world and not a single one did it alone. That means I can't do it alone either. Okay, it's good that you had that epiphany. So from now on, instead of going at it alone, you're going to seek out masterminds. Now, what about the duration of masterminds? There are a lot of masterminds online, okay? Business masterminds, getting women masterminds, weekend workshops, all that stuff. Here's my personal opinion on all that stuff. Let me use the example of when men hire me to teach them how to be successful with women. So, what I tell men on the calls is, hey, if we're gonna work together, I need you for a minimum of 3 months, okay? Ideally 3 to 6 months minimum. Why? Because that is the minimum amount of time that I have seen that is necessary for transformation to happen, for the mastermind principle to take effect, and for things to change and for us to go in and work out all the kinks that need to be worked out. So what you need to understand is that a mastermind is a relationship. Now, if we take the parallel of relationships in our lives, aren't the best relationships in our lives longer term relationships? If you have a best friend, isn't that best friend your friend for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years? That means that great relationships keep feeding us and hence we keep them alive and they keep benefiting us and they just become longer and longer and longer term. And what I have found with my coaching clients is that the longer they stay with me, the bigger transformations they have. And that's not to say, hey, look at me, I'm a great coach. What I'm saying is that the duration of a mastermind is not something to be ignored. I think that is a major reason, a major aspect a lot of people look over, right? People sometimes contact me and say, hey, Jad, I just need 1 call. I say no. Hey, Jad, I just want a few calls, 3 calls. Generally speaking, I say no. Why? Because I'm interested in transformation, not giving you some tips. And I understand because I've been a coach for 10 plus years, I have seen those who have transformed and those who have not. And the difference is the ones who transform consistently have the commonality of having been participating in a long-term mastermind, and those who failed either never masterminded or just, would take a call here, one session there, mastermind for a day, a week, and then continue going at it alone. You see? So, if, my dear, you have been bumping up an invisible wall and failing over and over in whatever endeavor you're focused on, maybe it's your career, maybe it's women, maybe it's some kind of passion or hobby, whatever it is, if you've been failing, you've probably been blaming yourself, telling yourself you're not good enough, creating all this negative image about yourself that you're a failure. It's not your fault, okay? You're not inadequate. Your problem is that either you weren't masterminding or you weren't engaged in long-term masterminds. You need to, number one, plug yourself into a mastermind, and then number two, stay in that mastermind long enough for the mastermind to take effect in your life. If you study the most successful people, you will see that they are part of one or more long-term masterminds. And the reason they're successful is because they are in long-term masterminds. A lot of people think backwards. They think, once I have my shit together, once I have money, once I have time, then I'll join a mastermind. But that's backwards. It's because you are not joining a mastermind that you don't have enough money or time or energy or emotional well-being. It's because you're out in the cold, walking through this desert called life alone, trying to succeed and do everything alone. That's why you have inadequate resources. That's why you're being a failure. That's why you're stuck. So you need to turn around your thinking. It's not when I get my shit together and I can afford it, then I'll join a mastermind. It's that you join a mastermind and that will enable you to afford it or to have the time or energy or mental well-being, etc. And this brings us to the one success question that I promised you. So the question that you need to ask yourself that will change your life, I promise this will change your life. The question most people ask is, should I join a mastermind? If I want to get women, should I join a mastermind that, coaches regarding women? If I want to get successful, should I join a mastermind about, how to be successful? If I want to be more productive and get more done, should I join Jad's mastermind? And so on and so forth. That's the wrong question to ask. The question all failures ask is, should I join a mastermind? Should I form a mastermind? The success question that every successful man asks is not, should I join a mastermind, but which mastermind am I going to join? Which mastermind am I going to join to guarantee myself success in life? So the realization, the epiphany that should be going off in your head is, I have no choice but to be part of a long-term mastermind. The only question is, which one should I choose? And as Tony Robbins says, when would today be a good time to join a mastermind? Right? So your mind is going to procrastinate on this. It's going to be like, okay, well, let me, maybe next month I'll join a mastermind. If you do that, your mind is sabotaging you. Take action on it instantly. Now, jump on Google, jump on YouTube, send Jad an Instagram message if you want to be part of his mastermind group, as I've mentioned in other videos. Instagram me a private message. But you need to take action on this immediately. Humans are funny. You can really reveal a human being's intentions by looking at their actions. A human being's actions never lie. A lot of men will tell me, hey Jad, I really want to get this woman thing handled. I really, it means the world to me. I'll do anything, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll look into his life and I'll be like, so which mastermind are you part of? What collaborations are you doing? Have you hired a coach? Are you part of a mastermind team? Are you? And they're not. They're going at it alone. And I say, you've been watching my videos for years, right? And they say, yeah. You know the Mastermind Principle, right? Yeah. Well, you're not applying it. Why is that? I was maybe next when I get money, when I'm ready, now's not the right. That guy, his true intention is that he doesn't want to succeed. He's happy being stuck. So, I point this mirror at you. Are you being that guy? You're screwing yourself by being that guy. That's real. That's straight up. I'm holding up the mirror. Do you have the balls to look at yourself honestly and call yourself out? You know the Mastermind Principle. Jad has been preaching this for, 8-10 years. If you're not doing it, there's a part of you that doesn't want to succeed. There's a part of you that knows you've been skipping this principle. So today is the day to wake up. Take control of your life. Take control of your destiny. And choose right now to succeed. And the only way is through collaboration, cooperation, in complete perfect harmony with the right people. In 25 years studying 500 of the most successful men in America, Napoleon Hill couldn't find one motherfucker who succeeded alone. Not one. You're not going to be the exception. You cannot violate the laws of nature, the laws of the universe. And one law is that no man achieves great wealth or success in any area alone. So, if you continue to walk the path alone after this video, it's your own motherfucking fault. Mastermind. Mastermind long term, I personally suggest nothing under 3 months, but especially probably nothing under 6 months. Take action on it now, immediately. This video could literally change your life if you simply follow it. Success is simple. It may not be easy, but it's simple. Are you going to heed your brother's advice and do something about it? Or are you going to continue being a loser, walking the world alone, and losing over and over, no matter how hard you try? Because that's going to be your destiny if you choose that solo path. Earl Nightingale said something. You may break the laws of man for a while, but there are greater laws that can never be broken. The long-term mastermind principle is one of those laws you cannot escape. Thanks for watching. If you would like to join my Productivity for Men monthly membership, where I'll show you how to more than double your productivity, achieve your dreams, and do it by taking even more time off, then shoot me a private message on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram, JatTJones, one word. I believe in your success. It's time you believe in it too.